How would you ask the president to proceed? Some people will say that this is a rather delicate matter. How would you, recommend? We know that he met with the GMD, beg your pardon, with the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources on Friday. It was a very quiet meeting, 1 hour, 20 minutes thereabouts. He was out, and then shortly after we heard that the NNPC GMD was sighted within the Aso Villa. How would you say the president should proceed on this particular matter, untangling this web?
Well, he must know that he bears up ultimate responsibility, not just as president, but because he's actually the minister of petroleum. These are his assistants, if you like. Get the facts first, objectively. Get all the facts from both parties, find out where and how things went wrong, and then also determine the extent of his own culpability. Were there supervisory aspects of the thing that were downplayed? Get the facts. He's spoken to them individually. He should also meet with them together, because there must be submissions from both parties that contradict each other. They should be given opportunities to clear all of that. And he will need some support, not just himself. There's the matter of workload, there's a matter of attention span, there's a matter of specialization. So having obtained the facts, then he will know what to do next. But the cry of crucify, it hasn't come to it. They've not got the cross yet. They've only got the victims, or they think they have. The facts alone. And my gut feeling is that at the end of the day, what you'll find is that this will be a plus. This is an evolving nation. This is a nation that has for the first time ceded power to a party that's not in power. This is a nation that at this point is made up of a government that speaks of change, but within which not everybody is talking about change. When things like this unravel, I don't think it is opportunity to celebrate and say, oh, Buhari is... No, it's an opportunity to celebrate the fact that we're evolving. Yes.
Is this more for you a case of corruption, or is this a case of lack of due process?
Both. Because lack of due process is a corruption or distortion of any procedure. When you say due process and you violate it, it's corruption.
Some people say they differentiate between a lack of, a strict governance process, corporate governance, as the case might be, and, that somebody embezzled money or somebody misappropriated money. They think that this is not the accusation here. But the fact that, due process has not been followed and corporate governance procedures have not been followed.
No, for me, I don't accept that distinction, actually, because... failure to follow governance process is a corruption of what ought to happen. You are moving away from the mainstream. Now, an aspect of corruption is embezzlement, misappropriation, misapplication, or even over-budgeting or under-budgeting. So my take is that, yes, it is both. But the point is, let's not start saying, shoot. Get to the bottom of it, get all the facts, find out the culpability of each party, and then use it as an opportunity to tighten the processes, improve the governance template. And that's why I say in the end it's progress, because individuals will come and go. Things like this occur in all corporations, everywhere, throughout history, and that's what leads to better and improved governance procedures and templates. It's an opportunity for us. A bad thing, yes, you deal with what needs to be dealt with, but if it showed you lapses, or failure of M&E that you should deal with. Yeah, that's my take. I don't quite sense the, the Armageddon connected with it. No, this is something that happens in the life of a corporation, and we deal with it as an incident.
You've heard about an Armageddon?
Well, some think this is political Armageddon for the government. It isn't.
How?
It's just another incident in the process
What is your argument in the area of this being a political Armageddon?
Oh, that we say the government has always been this, and this is a proof of it. Come on. It's a government. It was bound to make mistakes and correct them.
I was just about to ask you, how government is going to deal with perception. There have been grievous accusations against the president, maybe not so grievous, depends on where you're looking at it from. But nepotism is one big accusation that people tend to hang around the neck of the president, and sometimes that is their perception. There have been accusations of how appointments are not even, or he's favored his region more, and things like that. And for some, they think that this is what has come to play in this particular scenario. Do you see it in that way?
Well, I know of accusations of nepotism. I know also that the facts, if you look at the names, personnel, and regions, appear to bear that out. Whether that is what you can bring to NNPC, I do not know. Kachikwu is not his cousin. It's not related to him. But I think the point is that one of the parties involved appears to be from the area. If we take the argument like that, it won't be fair, because it does not follow that because somebody is related to him, he is necessarily incompetent or necessarily disposed to ignore the rules. So I separate the two issues. The charges of nepotism, of neglect of some sections of the country are valid, insofar as the first can be referred to through appointments and the configuration of personnel around him and very close to him. Yeah, that perception has some substance.
Now, how would how would you say then he deals with this matter, considering all of this perception? Because, for some people, perception is reality. So how would you say that he deals with this matter, even after he's found out all the facts?
It's an opportunity for him to redeem both the image and perception of his government as nepotic. It's as simple as that. The matter of the grass cutting controversy has not been resolved. And who again? There were two of them. Yeah, the SGF and one other. So these are things he can now put into a cocktail and deal with them summarily, and then use it probably to relaunch. But as it stands, the growing perception is that not enough is being done quickly enough in matters relating to those who appear to be walking around him or close to him who face situations like this.
I was just about to say, how soon? And when you just said enough appears to be done quickly enough, how soon should we be expecting this matter to be resolved?
Well, the controversy arising from the IDP grass cutting, it's dragged on even after the vice president presided over a panel and sent in a report. 6 months now. That's not good enough. This one, I think that this is a matter he should strive to resolve in less than a month, taking the backlog of related matters together, and that will give a new face to their engagement with the Nigerian people. It's as simple as that. But I move away from the celebratory disposition that, this is it, they are going to collapse. Look, if anything goes wrong, we're all going to be affected. The recession, we're all suffering it. So when you celebrate the fact that the government appears not to be doing well, I ask you, what is it you really want? Yeah, so this is an opportunity for national growth and institution building. There are governance lapses we've discovered in NNPC. That's why Kachikwu and Baru could do this. Let's block those lapses. If they are culpable criminally, we take it for that. But that is what happens in the life of a nation as it grows.